All right, folks, I got a more of an information thing for you, but I got an Explorer here, and when you start it up, this is a nice Explorer too. See, what do we do about this? Key battery replaced soon, okay. But it says tire pressure sensor fault, and you'll notice over here that the tire light, that's the tire pressure light. Some people don't know actually what that is because there's an exclamation point in there, but it's a tire pressure monitoring system indicator. Man, try to say that a couple times. So what we're going to do is let me navigate down here. I'm going to navigate down to the tire pressures. So as you can see on here, we got 36, 36, 36, and dashes. So if this happens to your car, what do we do? What has to be done? Well, unfortunately, most systems require a tool, a special tool. Let me shut this off. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And I already went around and did some preliminary stuff here. But what has to happen is you need a tool like this, similar to this. This is made by Autel. I use their Maxi TPMS sensors and stuff. And you have to go around to each wheel and you have to trigger them. Oh man, I'm so triggered. I'm just so triggered right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to start at the left front. You're going to use a tool like this, and you're going to go around and scan each one. If it goes, that usually means good. But the battery on this right hand side here could say low, and if it says low, the chances are it's on its way out. So let's do the second one. This is the right front. And honestly, I don't know how to do this without a tool. Maybe I guess you could plug in a scan tool to give you the information of what the sensor is, but you still don't know where the ID, where that sensor location actually is. So I'll say it says left rear, as you can see here. It's trying. But I guess my point is, what if somebody rotates the tires without relearning the tire pressure system? The indicator would show left rear, but it might actually be right front or left front, and it's not in that location. So you're really guessing on which spot it actually is without one of these tools. It doesn't have to be this specific tool. It could be, there's a Bartec, ATEC, there's Napa. So this one failed. So what we have to do is we have to use a sensor. Did I say sensor? Like this. And what we have to do is, because I use the Autel tools and I use the Autel sensors, they kind of like to talk the same language. You're going to go to programming, you're going to go to left rear, and you're going to go to auto create, and it's going to find that sensor. You can do up to, I guess, 16 at a time, but I wouldn't do 16 at a time. I would just do 1 or 2 or 4, however many the car would actually need. One sensor detected. Do you want to continue? Yes. So now it's taking the information stored in the tool about the car, and it's going to program this sensor to a completely different ID that the car knows should be good. Couple ways of doing it. If I could get the ID and it was broken, I could just take the ID and input it into here, but I can't, because I can't read the ID of the one in the left rear. So now it made its own ID, and it said, hey, you got to put that in the car. So I could go back to check, and on the left rear, just to confirm that this is proper, I could hit trigger, and it immediately read this sensor. Now it shows 0 PSI because it's not under pressure, it's not inside of a tire, but I know that all of these read now. And you go 73 DD8, and then underneath of there, I don't know if you can even see it, it says 73 DD8. So I know that this sensor is that sensor. Now I have to put it on the car and then learn it to the vehicle. Okay, I got the tire pressure sensor installed. I took off the tire, I dismounted it. I don't know whether or not you guys would have the equipment at home to do that, but the next thing we have to do is this pretty important step is Let me see if this one is the same way. All right, so here's a good example. This, let me bring it up. No, I can't bring it up because it's only on one side. This tire says 50 PSI. Do not put 50 PSI in a tire like this. Always go by what's on the door. So on this, Ford manufacturer, 11 of 20, 33 PSI cold. Give or take a few PSI. Do not go to 50 PSI. This thing will not ride well. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go around the whole vehicle and I'm going to set the tire pressures according to the spec. I'm gonna go around and trigger them all, and then I'll bring you along with the process of programming it into the vehicle. Hang tight. All right, so we're back in the vehicle here, and tire pressure sensor's in. I went around, I set all the tire pressures. I triggered the tire pressures. As you can see here, everything's green. They're all reading. This one is my new sensor, but it still says tire pressure sensor fault. What gives? They're all saying 35, 35, 35, but this one's blank. That's because I put a new sensor in the vehicle, but I need to tell it that I put a new sensor in the vehicle. So using my tool, I'm gonna hit OBD2 relearn. It's gonna communicate, yes. And it's going to, might beep, so just be ready. Train the left front tire. It beeps because my tool is telling it I did it, the pressure's right, learn. Training complete. So I'm gonna wait for this to say, it says, still says in process, so it's just wrapping up everything. But I already know that we're gonna be successful because the tire telltale is out. Now it's still going through the process of updating the computer, saying, hey, we got a new sensor. Now they're all reading 35, 35, 35, 35. And then I generally will just wait for this because it'll read the IDs, just kind of do like a confirmation on itself. And then it says OBD2, okay. And let's start it up. We started it up. There's no telltale, and there's that right there. So this one's a little bit more complicated than just, you know, guessing which sensor it is. You're gonna waste more money guessing which sensor. Well, so back to what I was originally saying. If this one was showing that it was dead, dashes, how do you know that that sensor is not in the right front location? Well, without a tool or a scan tool, you're simply guessing. Now, this vehicle is a 21 Ford Explorer. That's only 5 years old. Generally, I have seen in the past, usually 8 to 10 years you're going to get out of a TPMS. So if you're in there doing one, and it's older, you might want to just do all four. But in any case, this is how to do that one. This is how to do your tire pressure monitoring system, how to set it, how to reset it, what's involved in putting a new sensor in. And all right, thanks guys. Thanks for following along. Catch you on the next one.